Welcome, everyone. This is the Ends Justify the Memes, the show where the lowest of the low, the most wretched of wretched, and deplorable to end all deplorables. That is, two white heterosexual Christian males from the American South who talk about culture, philosophy, history, health, fitness, and what it means to be a man in the 21st century. I'll be your host, Bill, and this is my producer and co-host, Tank. Today, we have our friend below KizzaGT. So, crack open a beer and lend us your ear because the ends always justify the memes. All righty. So, what are we drinking, Tank? We were talking about it before the show. You have some sort of concoction going on?
It's just tequila and seltzer water and lime.
What about you, Kizza? You're
Oh, me. I've gone with the urban legend drink in this part of the world. A can
White
of
Claw?
Lucasade. No, Lucasade. Ice cold Lucasade.
I would have pegged you for a Newcastle fella, but
You
I do like a Newcastle.
Oh, so you want a Geordie then?
I like Boddingtons myself, if you want to talk about English beer. So
Screw it. Nah, mate, just go to Manchester, enjoy a Kronenberg. That stuff is real good.
Kronenberg is good. I do like Kronenberg.
My brother loves Carlsberg. That's like his shit. Every time I go to like some
elephant,
Yeah,
I mean, knock you on your butt, buddy.
I'm just saying, if Carlsberg did political ideologies, they'd probably be the best political ideologies in the world, like Kizzarism.
All right, guys. Well, I guess without further ado, we have lit memes to go through. So let's do it, Tank. Play that intro, buddy.
We'll do that.
Do I need to do it for you?
I had it. It was right.
It was right. Now I realize what you're doing. You're like, I was in the chat. I wasn't even prepared. I know what you're doing. Sitting there talking to Val. I see you.
Yeah, and Osis.
Yeah. What's up, Osis? Only Tank sound Southern. That's because I'm from Maryland, buddy. But there are plenty of people in my area that sound like rednecks. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm more cultured, though. Even though I grew up in the urban side of life, the suburban, I should say, I'm more grew up urban, but I've returned to monkey. I went to become redneck.
Well, what you're talking about, Willis? The only man of culture here is me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how cultured the English are. I mean, the best thing you guys are known for is bad teeth and hiding your emotions. So, I mean, and conquering the world. Don't get me wrong. There was that. There was the whole conquering the world thing. But
just the finest comedies ever, among other things.
I will say British rock is exceptional generally.
Oh yeah, 60s, 70s,
yeah,
on point. Or even the 80s are good. Not this in America though. America does have some good rock.
This is true. I think we have a lot of great rock, actually. But in any case,
Speaking of which, just a slightly spicy joke here. What track do you hear in school when things are about to go down?
I don't know what.
Metallica, no remorse.
Oh God.
I think Tank got the joke.
Is that a Columbine joke?
Maybe.
I was in high school when that happened, by the way. Anyways,
I was in Vietnam when that happened.
Let's get with the memes. Tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles. Does that sound about right from Dostoevsky?
Dostoevsky, yeah. I mean, he was a pretty depressing dude.
Well, he's definitely a base Pole, that's for sure.
Is he a Pole? I didn't know he was Polish.
I'm sorry, if I see ski in your name, you are Polish. I don't give a damn.
Oh, he's a Russian. He's just Slavic.
Man, Kiz is ever fucking
The
with
word
me.
Slavic literally means tongue because those people had shared tongues, and yes, they divided into various nations and kingdoms over time. But
Ignoring the slave part in Slavic.
well, no, the slave part came later because the people became known as slaves because they were so highly prized. So, but
The
Slav came
the
first.
best slaves come from Eastern Europe.
Yep, that's right. They still do. They still do. You guys seen Taken, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I will find you.
It's fun. I think so. I was reading that book, the what is it? The managerial myth or the myth of manage, whatever the fuck it is. And they were talking about Taylorism, and he said somewhere like, yeah, basically these guys are more or less. I mean, they were not slave labor, but it wasn't much above it. And he said, "Oh yeah, the best guys are like Eastern Europeans. That's the guys you want like hoisting your steel around."
Well, I mean, hell, my country definitely took full advantage of that come 2004.
Yeah.
But the
There you
Poles
go.
love me. But the Poles love me, especially considering how anti-communist I am.
Yeah, they
Well,
were
yeah,
pretty anti-communist.
all the Slavs are anti-commies except for the ones that are like, I had a good time under it because I was in charge. So
Well, there are a few idiots.
there always are. It says if you live by the mob, you will die by the mob. Be an individual as much as you can and form no blind allegiance to any movement, ideology, or group that is only accepting of you when you think according to the narrative teachings or values. Sorry, guys, I got a burp. I'm down to like drinking like one beer or not one beer once a week and like very few beers. So, and I picked an IPA today, so we'll see how that goes.
More like IP gay.
Such uncultured swines burping on stream. Shocking.
Mhm.
But I would say I've got a caveat to this. This person is wrong, unless because Kizzarism, there is no such thing as blind allegiance. It is the truth.
Well,
Well,
I don't know. I'm not one to want to join groups myself, but I'm also skeptical of activism. It says here from Thomas Sowell, it is the fastest, or it is a way for useless people to feel important, even if the consequences of their activism are counterproductive for those they claim to be helping and damaging to the fabric of society as a whole. And I think that there's a lot of intervention in general. In fact, we can see this. This happened. We saw an example of this. I don't know if you guys remember last year when the statue fell on this young gentleman. And
oh shit.
yeah. Apparently he's slightly recovering with traumatic brain injury. He's no longer.
It looked like it. I'm surprised he's not. I'm surprised he's alive.
Yeah.
That video was brutal.
Yeah, but again, Thomas Sowell is a very wise man, and he should be the current president of the United States of America.
Isn't he like
Well,
90?
we might get Larry Elder as governor of California at least. So there you go.
Are you sure you want that?
Well, Elder
I
and Soul are like best buddies there, guys. So
hopefully we'll see. I mean, I'd laugh if Jay Leno became a governor of New York. Because let's be frank here, every quarter block of New York will become a drag strip.
Is Leno running? I didn't hear that.
Oh no, he's not. But I know he's a big car guy.
No, I was just saying. Larry Elder is actually running for governor against.
Well, let's be frank here. Who in New York would not vote for Jay Leno? Let's be frank here. Highly popular guy, has a massive car collection.
I thought he's an LA guy.
Is he LA? I could have sworn he's New York.
No, he's an LA guy.
No,
Letterman was the New York guy.
I think he'd be like Trump is. Like everyone liked him before he ran for president, and then everyone would probably hate him. He kind of is the poor man's Trump.
No, but here's the difference, though. Jay Leno isn't an asshole. And also, if anyone tried to block him, he could just run him over with his McLaren F1 or 2.
Leno's not a conservative either, though, man. Like, he might be more conservative than what we have, but he's not a conservative. So,
well, neither is Trump. I mean, he cheated. I mean, he had 3 failed marriages.
No, but Trump is more of a populist. I'm saying I don't think Leno would be a populist either. So
I'm just saying, if you own a McLaren F1, you'll become very popular. Just saying.
I don't know. I don't know where this came from.
I don't know. He doesn't have
this guy here. We're talking about this guy right here in the statue incident, and I mean, he don't look too good.
God damn it, Portsmouth as well.
Man, he got fucked up. That's bad. I mean, I know everyone makes the joke about it, like he deserved it, and whatever. You draw your own conclusions, but that's fucked up. Like he got fucked up bad.
Yeah, well, but he shouldn't have been there. And here's some more activism, right? When a white woman is kneeling for racial justice, but her black teammate is standing in appreciation, you might be getting paid by the left. I don't know if she's getting paid by the left, but she's getting paid to grift, to use the woman thing and all that. And then, of course, they're not the best team.
Well. I mean, she wasn't even the best player, but she got player of the year, and she wasn't even the best player at the tournament. Just saying.
Here it says, "Go for the goal" with a signature reproduction of the vintage gold medal Barbie doll from 1975, celebrating teamwork and dreaming big, the perfect gift for the athlete or collector in your life. And here Bridget says, I don't know how many athletes look like this. I can show you some tennis players, lady, but
that's tennis.
Yes, the irony right here. This is who the U.S. soccer team lost to.
Oh my god!
and actually, Bill, Tank, do you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah, always.
This is the same Swedish women's team that lost to a bunch of under 17, to a bunch of 16-year-old boys.
Right.
That team is right there.
Yep.
Because they have about the same amount of strength as 16-year-old boys and speed. Well, the 16-year-old boys have better spatial awareness, most likely, because they're males.
And
actually, males that have, like, pound for pound, I will tell you all right now, biomechanically, that males have an advantage when it comes to pushing off the ground and making fast movements over women, because our knees do not bow inward because of wide hips. They tend to be straight line. Now, if you're one of those ladies who doesn't have any hips, maybe you can be as strong as a guy, but pushing off the ground. But
Rapinoe was on NPR. Osis just said Rapinoe's a commie. She praised Patrice Couleurs on NPR.
Yeah. I didn't
know. I've never heard Rapinoe's voice, and I.
Do you want me to do an impression of her?
Yeah, I guess I'm probably gonna regret this.
I deserve
it. What was that again, Kizza?
I deserve it. I'm gonna tell you that's how she sounds.
So much of the news that I intake about, especially like about people, it's like through Twitter and stuff, and I just like I kind of read the article. I never hear these people. Like I don't know what Gavin Newsom sounds like, and it's probably I don't know what Justin. I don't think I know what Justin Trudeau sounds like, but
I do. I just okay. I'll go try and pull this off here. How can I do a semi-campy Canadian accent? Let's try here. I am a feminist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds about what he's. I could see that.
Yeah.
It just sounds American, of any sort of English American variety. But guys, the point of all this is the progress we've brought to the world, right? Look at all this progress, Tank.
Wow.
Yeah. Progress like this, guys, right here.
Industry about 14 years. She was struggling to get an interview or a job, and I thought, why don't you do a bit of this and earn some real money?
We started a joint OnlyFans, and it's doing very well.
Our OnlyFans is about us. So you've got pictures of us doing TikTok dancing, glamour modelling.
You go from having not much money to earning thousands in a month.
We make a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money. You just need to join our OnlyFans.
All right.
Okay. Hold on.
Wait. Well, one thing. Well, two things. We did a show on OnlyFans, and we broke down the economics of it, which leads me to two. Them bitches ain't earning that much money.
Oh, hell no.
Look. Okay. The daughter might be raking in a bit of money, but the mother, hell no. She looks utter wasted.
But also at the same time, because they're mother and daughter, the way that there's stupid perverts out there that would just assume, right? mother and daughter, good thing. I need to check this out or something, right?
I remember this meme.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying, this is the progress, right? This is the progress that we've all been searching for. Progress like this right here. Progress.
What the fuck is an influencer? Oh
The baby
God!
has been able to
like a
latch,
YouTuber.
but I've not been able to produce any milk. It's okay because we're gonna supplement the feeding with formula so that my baby's still getting the nutrients that they need, but I'm still feeling hopeful. I appreciate you so much for all your work. And I appreciate you also, baby. I'm gonna die.
There's a part of me that sees this pregnancy as like masculine. It's like very much for me not a feminine feeling.
We just left the hospital right now.
Yeah, so they totally thought Patrona was the pregnant one and not me. It didn't even speak to me. And I just felt like
Oh my
We just made
goodness.
assumptions. Making an assumption from the very beginning without even asking our names, not asking a thing about us.
These are trannies, by the way, and yes, most people would assume that the woman, who's actually a male here, would be pregnant. They would assume that.
I mean, this just sounds like straight sex with extra steps.
Yeah, right.
So
Progress, guys. Progress.
that led to there's this guy on Twitter. It's pretty funny, named Lo-Fi Republican. He's actually kind of a lefty, but he's like one might even say national socialist. But he basically had this tweet that was like, imagine having a baby latch onto your milkless titty to serve like your concept of becoming a woman. Yeah, or something worded like that, and everyone like drug him over the coals. Like, oh my god, you're just inventing someone to be mad at. He's like, I'm referencing an actual video. But like seriously, had like 200 comments. People like, you're just making up someone to be mad at. That's bullshit. No one does. And then once he like said, it's like, oh, that's completely normal. So I don't know. That's where we're at. It's one of those things that that's not happening. But if it is, it's great that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
can
go
I
ahead,
just
Gabe.
ask, why is there a witch on a pedestal?
That's why I said, guys, this is progress, right? We're progressing forward. Progress like this. Just in, Senate panel votes to make women register for the draft.
Yes, about time. About bloody time.
Women are on the verge of being forced into military conscription due to the perverse notion of equality. Feminism leaving a woman's body upon learning she might have to fight and die for her country.
I'm sorry, but this is just long overdue justice for the 19th Amendment. Okay, this is long overdue. Long overdue. It's about time.
This is what I think. Men only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Then wash it.
Oh,
right?
God. Oh, shit.
My God. I've seen not this one, but the tweet with that line. And literally, it's always attached with something really random and always something completely innocent and pure.
Yeah.
I see picture of puppies, see pictures of like a suburban. Oh
no.
No.
Wait, what happened to Apu?
Oh, he got cancelled last year.
What?
Yeah. Welcome to Biden's America, ladies
Was
and
it Hank
gentlemen.
Azaria who was doing his voice? Because he does like 50 different Simpsons characters.
I believe so. Yeah, he is a Jew.
He wasn't
So they
allowed to.
cancelled
Yeah.
the Jew. Yeah.
He wasn't Aryan enough,
Yeah. I mean,
because Indians, they're Aryans, right?
well, somewhat. But I just find it funny that these same people who want proper ethnic minority representation, also the same people who make a clearly blatantly white Welsh woman be played by a sub-Saharan African. Good job, guys.
All I know is the Land O'Lakes lady. She's really hot, man.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
That's young Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah. Wasn't it proven DNA wise? She was like
she's nothing. She's nothing.
She is like one of the whitest people to ever lived.
If a company has profits, if a company has profits, that money should be shared equally among all workers. If a company has losses, that debt should be shared among all workers.
Well, if you consider starvation a debt, then yeah, kind of.
Well, I mean, look, here's
But just
the
the
thing.
workers.
Here's the thing: we do bailouts and whatever else. The communists see, and they don't think about these things. They call it capitalism, that the government's bailing out because they don't understand the difference between public and private. They don't know how to make these basic distinctions, and so they sit here and they want equal pay to everybody. But if the business goes under, they won't have everybody suffer for it, right? And so they kind of believe in the way the system is propped up right now. And this is basically what that brings
classic. Classic.
you, right?
I mean, the richest talk show host in the world, if I'm understood to be correct on that, along with a literal prince and a quote unquote Hollywood princess. Life is so hard. I mean, really, it's so hard. I mean, oh my god.
I tell you right now, if I was Harry, man.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Harry was a bit of a Jack the Lag, and he well and truly went super cucked.
Yeah,
I mean, there's cucked.
hardcore.
There's cucked, and then there's super cucked. Don't ever go super cucked.
Well, that's what happens. Again, we're talking about all this, this progress. Here's some more progress for you. Top FBI official let romantic relationship disrupt workplace report files. Go. Who could have figured that a workplace romance would disrupt things? I mean,
yeah. I mean, didn't this always happen in any of these top crime investigations? There was always some sort of romance going on.
Well, it happens in the TV shows at least. So, but hey, it's the feds. I don't really care. I mean, it's kind of like this guy. I would like to teach him about gun safety. He works for the ATF, but kind of don't care. It's kind of like, and you know how it works though with the feds, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. So this is Kizza in the back, and then he's just surrounded by feds. And then what happens is the feds get a hold of Kizza, and this happens.
You should kill your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb. You should kill your.
I don't know. Did that play well? Because I meant.
Yeah,
to
I did.
Your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb.
We never know with the sound on this. But interestingly, it says Americans are more afraid of clowns than terrorism, economy collapse, and dying. Interesting how that headline goes from Vox without talking about corrupt government at 61%.
Yeah, that's something. Although then again, in defense of Americans, I mean, shows like it. I mean, films like It. You would be pretty terrified of clowns. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, we elected one, and we seem not to be too scared of him. But this was uncovered on, Discords about whatever the range, you'll stop clowns dead with a red-nosed bullet.
What the fuck?
Okay.
This is awesome. This is amazing.
The official ammo of Clown World.
Speaking of clowns, do you remember a couple of years ago there was these people who were dressed up as clowns just to scare people, and it got so out of hand that somebody got killed for it?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone
I remember there was a guy it's somewhere in Scandinavia, I think.
No, I heard this was in America.
Oh, I'm about to say there was a guy in Scandinavia who was dressed up like a clown and doing pranks and all, but he was a YouTuber, but I haven't seen that stuff in a while.
Oh, the guy who just says, "Yo, it's a prank, bro."
No. This was a guy who was dressed up like as a scary clown. He would set up lighting effects and all kinds of stuff, like special effects stuff. That people would walk up into the area, wherever it was that he'd have set up, and he would just freak them out like it was a horror movie. I don't generally watch stuff like that, but at work back in the day, folks did, so I would see it, right? Because guys, when you work security, you get a lot of downtime in between, not duties you don't have to do, as long as people aren't acting up, at least. So in any case, this is basically the way I feel about everything, right? We did it. We time traveled. But what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Which party controls the government? What's the government? Doesn't matter. We're staying here.
And so is that what? was it 1619?
Is what pre-1619?
Or Fallout New Vegas.
Good point. Liberty Prime.
There were plenty of times where there was no government before. In fact, there's a paper I had some years ago, found on Facebook. Someone wrote up, and I had a copy of it. It's disappeared somewhere. Probably one of the old laptops that fragged out, and couldn't get back. But it was talking about in Scandinavia, especially amongst Vikings and all, and how libertarian they were and some of their governmental systems. I forget, it might have been in Denmark. But very interesting stuff. Like the way we think of government structures today is, I mean, it's been around forever, don't get me wrong, but most of the world was not conquered forever, right? Mm-hmm. So people were expanding out territories and having a lot of freedom depending on where they lived. And I believe some of the Scandinavian countries come from that kind of tradition, despite some of the social welfare, and it's not the Bernie Sanders welfare guys that they try to sell you. In any case, speaking of which, why would you listen to the government? Why would you want a government when they're like this? Although I think that's a picture of Elijah Cummings, who's no longer with us, but
for the people, my ass. You mean for the tribe?
What do you mean? She's totally for the people. Listen, she's got a whole song about it right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some vodka in this house. Yeah. Some vodka in this house. Yeah. Some vodka in this house. I said vodka in my teeth. 7 days a week. Wet ass gangsters make that pull out game weak. What? Yeah. Some vodka in this house. Yeah. You messing with some wet-ass gangsters. Bring a bucket and a mop for these wet-ass gangsters. Give me super glue sticky for these wet-ass gangsters. Pull them out, slap them in, like a drool on my chin. Put these gangsters in your face. Vodka breath smells just like mace. Hop on in, I wanna ride. I shove my gangsters there inside. Spit in my mouth, look at my eyes. My gangsters don't come take a shot. Give them up, gentle moist. Dry them off, make a choice. Park that sloppy jumper in my little gum garage. Make it cream, more ice cream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but that freaking trumpet makes me sing. Yeah! You're messing with some wet-ass gangsters. Hey, everybody, just to let you know that, you're messing with some wet-ass gangsters out there, right? It's like, when I'm up on stage, you know what I'm saying, and I think about Joe Biden being president, it's like, my gangsters, they get so moist, you know, and it's like, and I gotta, like, I gotta go put some, like, ginger cream on them, so they stick in my mouth, and they start flopping around. So it's like, so when you see me, like, slurring my, it's just because I got some wet-ass gangsters. You're messing with some wet-ass gangsters, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
What the fuck is this?
Thane said this is cursed. This is the United States. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. Oh, how about this?
God.
How about this? We'll see if the sound plays on this one.
I'm Satan reincarnated. I'm Satan reincarnated.
Are you?
There you have it, folks.
Satan reincarnated. I'm Satan reincarnated. I'm Satan reincarnated.
But he did say this. He definitely said this.
The stuff. I mean, QAnon. The idea that the Democrats or the Biden is hiding people and sucking the blood of children and no, I'm serious. That's now you may.
What the shit? I don't.
Oh, you didn't hear the quote where he said that he was sucking the blood of children?
No, I know I
some
did.
Of the stuff. I mean,
it's just the clown world of trying to pretend like this dude's not senile, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, we have this as well. He's had many gaffes over the years, right?
This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans. I wrote the bill on the environment. Now, when President Harris and I took, we're going to employ the Defense Reconstructed Act from Wall Street to the private economic polling initiatives. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It's a joke. The guy who runs that outfit
Welcome to Kingwood's Community Center. Actually, that's the one I used to work. What's he? Did anyone fact check that? I'm just saying. Just saying.
Nah, they're not going to fact check that.
The thing that gets me about the whole gaslighting, like literally right before we went live, I was watching a video from like the 80s or something of Joe Biden, and he spoke so eloquently.
Oh, I have that coming up.
Yeah.
Tank. I have that coming up, man.
Speaking of the memes again.
Let's watch a few more clips real quick. Well, what do you have to say, Kizza?
I'm just going to say, is it revolving his 1988 presidential election where he straight up copy and paste Neil Kinnock's lines?
I don't have that today, but I do appreciate that. I was showing my daughter that the other day because Jimmy Dore did such a good job of piecing that together a while back. But yeah, I'm going to just let this play a little bit longer, guys. Like, trust the plan, guys. Trust the plan. That's all I'm saying. Joe Biden's in office. Just trust the plan.
Get over there. To get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, because there used to be an experimented on, the Tuskegee Airmen and others. My name's Joe Biden.
The Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
Biden, I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. And Angelo Negri came up and he goes, Joey, baby. 4 more years of Georgia, he's going to find ourselves in a position where
4 more years of George. If you guys forgotten about that, he thought he was running against George Bush.
4 more years of King George.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Are you have you called Governor DeSantis? The 4th of July celebration? Have you called Governor DeSantis?
Mr. President, will you travel to Florida, sir? Can we ask you about Florida, what you've learned and what you
Oh, yes, I apologize. Yes, thank you. My mask. Excuse me. Fennell, and what am I doing here?
Change his behavior, Mr. President.
Yeah, I'm not trying to change behavior. What do you do all the time? So give me a break.
Right, that's dementia though. Let me get angry at you over a simple question, right? That is literally dementia. And I've had someone kind of close, one of my martial arts mentors in my life, get dementia very young. I can tell you, that's part of it.
Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
Well, and then the most recent one, of course, everyone's been talking about this.
What? My hand is clean. Oh yeah, my hand is clean. My hand is clean. Oh yeah, my hand is clean. My hand is clean. Oh yeah, my hand is clean.
What was that dance, bro?
Oh, I don't know, man. Hey, I tell you guys all the time, the whole show's a meme. The
whole show's a meme.
Don't deny it. Don't deny it.
It's a meta meme.
It's a meta meme. That's right. You guys are a part of it. All you watching right now, you really are.
No, but look, get serious, guys. So hush up. This is
deadly earnest. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Deadly earnest. We are in a fight for America's soul. I'm not being facetious now. I'm being deadly earnest.
By the way, I don't even remember the day we decided that.
You just walk away from the microphone?
Hey, when the hell did that happen? No, I'm being deadly earnest. I'm being deadly earnest. Let me be deadly earnest with you. He's deadly earnest. It was always a debate whether I stop at a Hy-Vee or whether I find a frozen custard stand. I'm not being facetious. I'm being deadly earnest.
Let me be deadly earnest with you. I have never heard of that in my life. Deadly earnest. Any hot takes on being deadly earnest?
I don't like. What do you
like? Kill the stream? What happened?
What? No, I just can't.
That was a laugh track, by the way. That wasn't everyone laughing at him for real, Tang.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. That was doctored.
Are you saying the real fake news that we do every day here? Is not,
no, I mean,
news?
The guys just.
Guys, it's not fake news. It's many news from a certain point of view.
It's memes, but they're not funny anymore. Dun dun dun.
Memes not funny anymore. I mean,
yeah, I need.
I mean, like this. I mean, not to take out the windowless hill, but it's not like this dude's like fucking demented. Like for real. I don't know how to. I don't know. Like I don't. Like I said, I don't watch these guys enough. I just like see like usually the headlines that Biden said this or Biden said that, and then you see how they've quoted him, and then you go back and look at the actual video, and it's like, oh, you guys tried to pretend like you were quoting a sane person, and you were not. So I don't know.
Well, and here was the most recent awesome gaffe. I'm not talking about Trudenomics shoving the pressure. Which, by the way, I've been talking to my wife about this, about making a Biden fanboy YouTube channel and just having like greetings, Trudenomics shoving the pressure, brother. You know, and have this whole Biden language thing, obviously as a troll, but just, for fun. I like to have fun every now and again, as serious as I can be. So, anyways, here's the quote. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where why can't the experts say we know that this virus is, in fact, it's going to be, or excuse, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved. That's underway too.
Well, good.
Now he said
very solid messaging.
Right. He said it differently, but it was Don Lemon asking him, what about vaccines for kids under 12 or kids for 12 and over? It was one or the other. I can't even recall, but this is what he said. This was his response. And Tank, you are 100% right about how he used to talk. In fact, I'm going to show you right now, just to juxtapose all of this, how he used to talk throughout the 80s and 90s. And this was the big crime bill that he talks about all the time that he wrote. Right here it is.
You have a piece of crack cocaine, no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand. $1/4 of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Under our forfeiture statutes, the government can, take everything you own, everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction.
By the way, this is an asset forfeiture, which I hate, which is BS, was largely implemented the way it is today because of this crime bill. So you can thank Biden for taking your property or stealing things from you and many other people for even doing low-level crimes because they justify it. So anyways, keep it in play.
That you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail. Away from my mother, your husband, our families. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street.
What the fuck?
But now the question remains. Why is Hunter Biden not in jail?
That's not a question. What do you mean? There's no question of that. Hunter Biden's not in jail because he's Joe Biden's son, who is the vice president, and Joe Biden, being in the position he's been in DC for so long, and once the vice president, now currently the president, him and his whole entire family have absolute immunity. That's how it goes. That's just the way it works.
So what you're saying is Hunter Biden has, forgive me for this impression, diplomatic immunity.
Some might call it privilege.
Ooh, I like that word, Tank.
Sounds like white privilege to me.
So before we move on,
if there ever was any, it's that.
Before we move on from Biden, I want to recall Biden's remarks on China, and if you can make any sense over time about these things.
China is going to eat our lunch. Come on, man. But, you know, they're going to, we don't get moving, they're going to eat our lunch.
But I challenge you.
China's going to eat our lunch? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Before that, well, China's going to eat our lunch. Which is it, Joe? Which is it?
Name me one innovative project, one innovative change, one innovative product that has come out of China.
We have mortgaged our foreign policy. Everyone's out there going, oh my God, how in God's name? You know, the Chinese came here and the president didn't get anything. Guess what? They own us.
I mean, you know, they're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not a competition for us. There's going to be an extreme competition, although we know there will be steep competition. And I know him well, and he knows me well. I've known Xi Jinping for a long time. I probably spent more time with Xi Jinping, I'm told, than any world leader has. He's a bright and really tough guy. Very, very straightforward. He's very bright. He's very tough. But he's a smart guy. This is a guy who is a thug, but he's a smart guy. We had a 2-hour conversation for 2 hours. It's not about punishing them for the COVID virus. I made it real clear.
So if you scrap those tariffs, what do you want in return? Or you're just going to scrap them without any concessions?
The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that in fact believes in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact that's when things begin to change. That's when China's behavior is going to change. He's doing in Hong Kong what he's doing with the Uyghurs in Western mountains of China. This is a guy who is a thug who, in fact, has 1 million Uyghurs in reconstruction camps.
Now, isn't it the Falun Gong in the mountains, not the Uyghurs? Or am I mistaken, Tank? Just asking if you know.
I thought the Uyghur. Oh my God.
The Uyghurs are in the west, but they're not in the mountains.
I think they're close to the Gobi Desert.
Okay, right. And the Falun Gong are part of the Tibetan mountains, I believe. The Andes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Not a big deal, but whatever.
Meaning,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kiz.
I was just going to say, the Uyghur Muslims, no. They're not in concentration camps. They're in re-education schools.
Oh, the gulags. Yeah, gulags are good. We know gulags are great, right?
I mean, that comes directly from a mouth from I believe it was a Chinese foreign ambassador, directly to the BBC.
Well, this is almost over.
And Taiwan trying to end the one China policy.
Taiwan trying to end the one China policy. Let's listen to this.
By making it forceful. I said, and by the he said he gets it. Culturally, there are different norms at each country, and their leaders are expected to follow.
I don't think he knew how to handle that because he started to admit that Taiwan was a separate country. You know,
that's a no-no.
And as the man who nobody can see, he bowed. China made him bow.
Impressed with the president's candor, determination, and his capacity. We want to see China rise.
Okay, but even with all that, right, and there has been talk, and there will be talk, and I can't imagine he'll make it a full 4 years, but maybe they'll try and let him. Kamala will be in office, and here she is.
Who are fleeing murder capitals of the world. There are children who are fleeing murder capitals of the world, who have fled, most of them, murder capitals of the world. We have families that are fleeing murder capitals of the world. A mother who pays a coyote. Imagine.
Coyote. What's a coyote?
Oh, yes, a coyote.
My mother pays a coyote.
My mother paid a coyote.
What the fuck is a coyote? I never heard of a coyote.
A coyote.
Oh, so that's what Wild E. Coyote has done. My God, my
Yes.
God. My God, Warner Brothers, my God. He's been fucked ever since Warner Brothers dropped him. Can we have a hashtag Wild E. Coyotes Live Matter, please?
All I want to know is how many murder capitals of the world are there that they're all fleeing from them?
Who makes a decision to pay a coyote?
A coyote?
When a mother pays a coyote, often through a caravan with a coyote even, to transport her child through their country of origin, through the entire country of Mexico, of traveling through the entire country of Mexico, to transport her child across the entire country of Mexico, through the entire country of Mexico. It was safer for them to take that trek through Mexico, facing unknown peril, facing...
Does this at all seem like she doesn't have a thinking brain and everything she says is scripted?
Unknown peril. Facing unknown peril.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, for a woman who is Jamaican and Indian, you know, I've never heard a Jamaican or an Indian say coyote the way she does.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
And all I have to say is, yes, Matt.
Very true.
Yes, Matt.
Well, what can I say? I mean, it's her party's fault.
There you go.
What they know could be a perilous journey. We have always presented ourselves as being a nation of strength with strong arms. The strong arms of America. Part of the strength of our nation is supposed to be that we have strong arms. That when people are fleeing harm, we will embrace them. Which will embrace and protect anyone.
Here's when you know someone's a rhetoricist, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And a rhetoricist, if you guys hadn't figured this out, they're all a bunch of sophists. They're all a bunch of grifters. They're all a bunch of, they're a bunch of jerks, basically. They just want power. They want to manipulate you. But here's how you tell. They just repeat themselves like this over and over again. You can say, well, Bill, you repeat yourself too, or Tank or Kizza. Everybody repeats themselves, and of course we do. But not precisely. Not like this. You can literally reconstruct as they are doing here in this video. And Mazen, I'm using a lot of his stuff tonight because I wanted one of his things. And I started going through his Twitter and I was like, oh yeah, it's good. Okay. Because news was a little slow this week.
It's as slow as Joe Biden. But
yeah, right. What'd you have to say before that, Kiz?
Honestly, I mean, my God, she just loves this idea that America has strong arms. No, people with strong arms don't embrace the weak. They battered the crap out of people for the most part. Just a thought. Maybe America with those big, strong arms should embrace the big, strong arms, go all like the Hulk, and maybe punch the living crap out of the murder capitals in the world to make them submit. Like what
you want some inside baseball? You want some inside baseball? I'll tell you what happened. Her campaign, her people, they have PR folks. They pulled that strong arms, polls well. That's why she's using it. It makes her look like she's inspirational and strong as a woman, because a woman wouldn't normally say strong arms. And she's connecting that to America and yada, yada, yada. That's what's going on.
Fleeing or facing harm should be here to receive anyone who is fleeing harm.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come.
But what does Donald Trump do? But what does this president do? He virtually looks at those children and says, go back to where you came from. Not to flick them away and say, go back to where you came from. And that's the kind of policy we've had from this administration. He says, go back to where you came from. That is not reflective of our America and our values, and it's got to end.
Yeah, the fuck it is.
And I believe...
I was about to say that, Jay. That is very much an early American values. And whatever else. Absolutely,
about?
100%.
I'm sorry, Kamala. Did Kamala not learn about the part where the conquerors kicked the Mexicans out of America? No, there's a reason why Los Angeles and that are no longer Mexican dominant. Just a thought.
Well,
I mean,
it's
they quite literally
because
kicked them out.
right. It's because, as I always say, I try to always remind everyone we're basing our politic off of some 1930s, 40s abstraction of progressivism, and this was the idea they were trying to push. Actually, even before then, but people there were a lot of immigrants coming in the 1880s, and until that time. And so we were getting this melting pot, and this was part of that whole thing. Of course, we had immigrants before that, but it was always a question: should we really do this? And what was the answer? Well, only Europeans. But the founders were really skeptical about letting Germans in. And you know what? In retrospect, they shouldn't have. Those freaking collectivist Germans. I'll tell you what.
Bill. Bill. You speak of the Germans, but how can we not forget about the French? How can we not forget about the French?
But you know what, Kiz? Here's the thing: we didn't really have any French emigrate. We had Slavs and we had Germans and
Russians. You had loads of Russians.
Yeah, yes, and we had Italians, and that was like the big American immigration, right? That was the period after the 1880s and onward. But Germans were coming in a little bit before that because we did have some commonalities. But I don't really know about the French population in America. There's not a lot of influence here.
Well,
like
I'm sorry, Bill. One of the second largest car firm in the world was founded by a Frenchman.
Okay, but look, as far as French influence goes, they went to Quebec and they went to Louisiana, and that was it. And the Acadians in Louisiana, that's a whole special sect of redneck French. I don't know. So
French rednecks. That's
Yeah.
a new one. But I mean, I'm pretty certain, unless my geography is wrong, didn't the Germans basically dominate the entire Midwest?
No, the Midwest is more dominated by Slavs. Germans are more in my area.
Oh, really?
So they're more in like they're more like in the northern areas just above Maryland, like Pennsylvania. So we have like the Pennsylvania they say Pennsylvania Dutch around here, but it's Pennsylvania Deutsch actually. Deutsch is,
well,
if
obviously,
you guys don't
New
know,
York.
that's German. That's the word for German in German.
Yeah, obviously,
So,
and
yeah.
obviously, New York used to be known as New Amsterdam.
Right. So it was more northerly, and that's because of so you'll get this now, this connection, the Puritan connection. The Puritans were Germans, they were all Calvinists. The Calvinists were German sect. So if you look at the religious movement and the influence too, the political influence in America and the Puritanism in America is all from German influence. Hey, look at this. I'm dropping like truth bombs an hour into the show and like 2.5 beers in. So look at this. Stuff I don't talk about all the time, but history, folks. Historicity.
If you come to our border, you will be turned back.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
If you come to our border, you will be turned back.
Did we turn back better?
I mean, I was just waiting for the Trump clip to just come in right there and just be like, "I'm gonna come."
Right. I know I did that week. I was almost going to pause it and say that, but regardless, I mean, this is sort of the reality of Kamala, right? So,
yeah, let's see here: Monica Lewinsky, Colin Kaepernick, and obviously Kamala Harris.
and she kind of hate to throw Monica in there because although it was dumb of her and whatever else, she was basically a victim, you know.
Well, I'm just going to say this right now. Technically speaking, it's all Hillary's fault, as Chris Rock pointed out back in the 90s. But Hillary should know, as being married to Bill, that he does need a good blowjob now and again.
Look, I wouldn't necessarily say that a guy Bill Clinton's age at the time should have been going after a intern married. That's a whole nother question. I'm saying unmarried. Like, I'm not going to have a big deal about that. Although he probably should have went with an older lady, right? But she was still capable of deciding if she wanted to do that. But you're an intern for the president. I mean, that is obviously some sort of charismatic abuse of power, right? Where I'm saying, I'm in this position. Oh, this girl's like, oh, she's 20 or whatever, how old she was. And he's like, oh, and by the way, folks, if you think that they didn't bang, you're dumb. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm just saying. I mean, as I remember this joke from a couple of years back. Obama is not technically responsible for the state of Israel and Syria. Bush is not responsible for 9/11, but Bill Clinton is responsible for a few cases of herpes
and rape and other things, most likely. But
Yeah.
like I said, most likely. I don't know. I'm not trying to defame a guy or be, Clinton sided. I look, guys. By the way, if there's never a show again, you know what happened. And I will kiss my wife tonight and make sure I make my peace with God. In any case, let's keep moving.
I just wanted to say one last little point. What you're talking about, a very powerful older man seducing a younger woman. Shall we forget about Hugh Hefner?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Look, I'm not saying Hugh was a saint or anything else. All I'm saying is those girls wanted to do that. And I've actually known girls and met girls who want to go do Playboy or stuff like that. So, but there's a difference, I feel like, within that, maybe to get in the magazine, to be the top, whatever else. But I've actually known people who try to get in the like, it's not so easy to get in the magazine just generally, at least back in the day.
Oh no,
Yeah.
But then again, I would argue from the female perspective that having it off secretly with the president on the table of the White House, that is pretty hot for a woman, from a woman's perspective.
No, it probably was. And you know what? We'll never hear the honest truth from Monica because women don't admit stuff like that. They don't. At the same time, it's freaking inappropriate. You can't use your power for something like that. And Bill Clinton was known before he got elected. He was known. You can go look at the news articles or the videos or whatever from the past. I remember watching it as a kid. He was known as, being a philanderer and doing cocaine and a bunch of other stuff. So,
I mean, people joke that Bill Clinton was the first black president.
That was the joke. And they used to say that on TV with Bill Clinton. He would be on like a talk show. They would have him on and he would then play the saxophone and being like, here's the first black president.
Well,
no joke.
Well, I mean, that was a punchline for the Animaniacs. And Bill Clinton plays the sax. We're Animaniacs.
Well, speaking of the first black president, that's a good segue to this.
A friend of mine just sent me this.
Whoa, hold on.
Twitter, folks. This is a website that is self-explanatory, but I'll read you what it says. And look at who they discovered is following this site. I didn't believe it. I said, that's got to be a fake account. So I came here for myself to click on the picture, and lo and behold, this is not a fake site. This is really his Twitter account. 104 million followers. Wait, I gotta go back. We'll click the back button. And they want to say Donald Trump is dirty. Mr. President, what are you doing?
I'm just saying. I'm not surprised considering a letter that was discovered when Obama was either in college or high school. And also, not only is he the first black president, he's also the first gay president. Or is he bisexual? I don't know. I don't know how the sexualities work in 2021. Or maybe he was sexually fluid.
I don't know either, but that was the closest thing we had to a Michelle training meme today. So
yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you, Tank. Sorry to disappoint you. But speaking of disappointments, the GOP is definitely one, but they're here to clean up the mess for old Obama. And I don't know if you guys saw this in the cucking of the this committee that Pelosi's trying to get together, but I don't know. I don't think I need to say anything else about it. I just want to keep moving. I hope the government doesn't lock us down again. I hope you don't vote for authoritarian fascist again. How about that, you freaking numbskull? Does anyone?
It's so funny. Like I see all these people on Twitter being like, "Oh, I don't want to lock down again." Like everybody go get your vaccines. Most of the people, like the places like the rural America, where people were pretty vaccine hesitant anyway, are not going to lock down again. They don't give a fuck. Right. All these guys like, I don't want. It's because you live in a place that is prone to doing this kind of shit. Like even in my little podunk town several months ago, even when there was a mask mandate, everybody took them off. So, I mean, if you don't want to lock down, then don't live at a place that does that kind of shit. But don't move here and bring your shit with you.
Yeah, and people say that immigrants actually what's it called? Integrate with the dominant culture. No, don't. They just bring their garbage with them.
Yeah, you know what? I'm conflicted because I don't like to be confrontational. Like I can be if I need to be. If I need to assume that role, but I don't want to be in general. I just want to be left alone. And I was telling my wife if they were to be implementing this again around here, and I walked into a store and they'd be like, "Sir, you need to be put on a mask," and I'd be like, you need to go, F off or whatever." I don't know what I would even say to them, but it's just like, you need to pull your head out of your butt and wake the hell up to what's going on. Like, who do you know? We're like right away. Who do you know that's died from this? It's infuriating to me just because I don't go around trying to. I might say I think that these are the best ways to live, right? But I don't go around being like, you have to do this and do that right now. And if you don't, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to take all your stuff. I'm going to lock you up or whatever else. I just can't stand that.
Bill, what you should have done is identified yourself as vaccinated. And therefore, the person, if they tried to still kick you out, you could sue them for discrimination.
Well, we're talking about a should have in the future that hasn't happened yet. So I don't know. I'm just saying that this is ridiculous. People should know by now. We'll get more into the coof very soon. We're moving there actually as this goes, right?
Return of the coof.
But I mean, like more specific into a little bit of data. But yeah, this is my thing. A mask on your face, you big disgrace, spreading your fear all over the place. Because this is what is going on. COVID-19 floating through the holes in your mask. That's reality. And once your mask is saturated, by the way, folks, after about 20 minutes, before the droplets that were droplets, they're now aerosolized. That's science. That's a study that was done, that was conducted.
Yay, science.
Yay. Not the new science, but science in general.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that bar poster. I'm just saying, don't put Freddy Krueger on a reference to "We Will Rock You" because he wasn't the person who put the song on. Damn it, people! If you're gonna quote fucking music, quote the right artist, please. I'm done. But boy, I did like.
You put Freddy Krueger. What are you talking about?
Look, go back. Who is that?
That's Freddie Mercury.
Mercury. Why the hell are you putting him when he's not the person who sung that song? Damn it, people. Get your music.
Who sang it?
That's Queen. What are you talking about?
Exactly. My point.
Freddie Mercury sang on Queen. What are you talking about?
Hang on. What's it?
No. You say my point, but you gotta back this up, Kizza.
I want facts and logic right now about
facts
Queen.
and logic, cuck. Doing it.
Cuck.
All right. CDC has just announced they will revoke the emergency use authorization of the RT-PCR tests first introduced in February 2020. CDC encourages laboratories to consider adoption of a multiplex method that can facilitate detection and differentiation of SARS-CoV-2 and influenza viruses. And of course, it says, OMG, they're admitting the test can't tell the difference between C19 and the flu. Now, there are fact checks on this, but I don't know if they're admitting that, but I know you were on the weekly narrative. They talked about this last night, Kizza. Oh,
Yeah, they did straight up admit it, and I also pointed out on there that the person who created the PCR test straight up said it was not designed to test for COVID.
yeah. Before you said that, I actually put that in the chat last night. But the
Yeah,
delay,
I
I
can really
know.
see the chat much.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I was joking around, but the delay. But either way, here is the CDC. Here's what the CDC has been over the last year and a half.
CDC's greatest hits. Now available with proof of vaccination.
You've been fast and strong.
You'll get all-time classics like
I got the jam. It's been too long. I'm glad to be fast. Yes, I got the juice. I took two. Tell me, Dr. Fauci, what you want me to do, because I'm fast.
Enter to win a signed copy of the album by Brian Johnson & Johnson.
I took a fast vaccine during quarantine. It was the worst damn shakes I have ever seen. I'm number
legendary hits like
quarantine for just 2 weeks. Stay away from me for just 6 feet. CDC will tell you lies. CDC and ignore all your cries. Hell's bells. Oh, Angus, are you alright? A palsy. You're shaking. You're shaking. Hell's bells. Somebody call a doctor. Where's Fauci? A palsy. Dr. Fauci, hello. Hell's bells. Hello. Dr. Fauci. A palsy. Hello.
Thoughts?
What? That was a good impression. That was a really good impression.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of which, I mean, speaking of the CDC, were you two aware of the certain advert that the CDC made back in 2006?
Hold on. Before that, Boot, what are you talking about? This is an old meme. Are you talking about this thing? Because, yeah, that's an old meme. But, dude, I have transitional memes. That's all I have to say.
Well, hey, I mean, Thor Ragnarok was one of the better MCU movies.
There you go. There you go. So what was the question again, Kizza?
Yeah, have you guys ever seen the advert the CDC made back in 2006?
With the what back in 2006?
You mentioned this last night about smoking fags.
Yes.
That means different things to different people. That's all I'm saying.
No, they quite literally said, and in the advert, if you smoke, you're a fag, as in a homosexual.
Right.
No joking.
But smoking fags in England means smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, but this was a CDC advert.
Okay, I get that. But smoking a fag also means giving a gay guy, a fellatio, I should say, properly, right? And then also smoking fags could mean, with the alt-right extremist, something else completely. So
yeah, like on the average Twitch stream.
Just saying. But I found this interesting, right? From the Euro News. I didn't even realize I had it. She told French newspaper, whatever weird French pronunciation that's going to be.
Matin.
Matin.
Yeah, you say that, but that V isn't pronounced like a V. There's no way.
Matin.
It's pronounced like a Q or an F or X.
I don't know. I'm just going through the.
You got to be like.
I'm just going through the consonants now.
Yeah.
I just imagine what Van Damme would say. Matin.
Well, at least he's Belgian. I can give more respect to Belgians. I know they're French, but still.
We must fight in the Kumite.
Actually, Bill, most of them are actually Dutch, not French.
But okay, we're splitting hairs here. Genetically and linguistically, whatever else, they speak French. They're Belgians, yes, they're Dutch, but they have more ties to Belgium. The Dutch have more ties to England and Scandinavia, right? So that's kind of my
Well,
point.
really, the Germans.
This is a
Yes,
very
there's that too, but the French and the Germans have a lot of ties as well. Just like the Germans and the Russians, even though there's many lands between and Slavic nations. So
This is the nerdiest thing we could be talking about.
I know.
This is the absolute nerdiest thing.
It's like Kizza can't be on the show ever again.
Well, excuse me, Princess, but I will say this French nun, she's only a few years older than Joe Biden.
Yeah, like what, a year and a half?
He is 150. So, so to defeat the Delta variant, experts recommend doing all the things that didn't work the first time
of COVID-19.
That impression is so
COVID-19.
I'm not trying to make any real impression because I don't know about Fauci. He's I can't do a Brooklyn Jew. Like he's Italian, but I mean I can sort of do do Bernie Sanders a little bit, but he's Italian, but he sounds like a Brooklyn Jew.
Yeah.
Right.
So does he go yeah? Yeah. Does he do that?
I mean the only Brooklyn Jew I can do is Bernie Sanders, you know? And Fauci's got that with the Italian accent. You know, it's just, it's in it.
Hey, son, you see this tough guy here.
So I get this only because my Latin teacher in high school was actually, he grew up in Queens and he was Italian. So he kind of had a similar, accent.
Is Brooklyn its own accent?
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Of sort. It depends though. So Trump is a Queens guy, right? You can hear that. So my Latin teacher, he would say huge, all the stuff that Trump says like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. China.
And
because
Mr.
it comes
Scheer,
from China.
I was taking his class, he was in his early 60s. He was still really sharp. So he's some years ahead, but that was still around, right?
Yeah. I wonder if Donald Trump, when he talks about the old lady part, he says vagina.
Yeah, he does. I heard him.
Vagina.
Yeah, well, just think, guys. Both of us have had leaders of countries, both from Queens.
Oh, but I'm dumb.
Oh, I just got it. God, I'm a retard.
Yeah. We're all retards. And so far, after that warning from Fauci, we have nurses preparing for the Delta variant.
Hell yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, as always. Ma'am, why aren't you in your government mandated furry suit? It's the only thing that can keep the virus out.
Hell yeah.
We're getting there. We're going there.
I'm just saying, Bill Tank.
What are you saying?
Have you noticed how there seems to be, when it comes to COVID deaths, they only say male and female, but nothing for the other, 92 genders?
There must be immune, Kizza. They must be immune.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We all need to transition.
Already did.
You heard it here, folks. First, cut off your genitals so you don't get the coof. That's what the real fake news brings you.
And
every week here on the Ends Justify the Memes.
And that is medical advice coming straight from us.
Or just
experts in the medical field.
Or just be like a bunch of social workers in Sweden. Say, this is my no-no space, and you'll be fine.
What the hell?
What kind of fine did you say we would be? We would be dup fine?
No, it's reference to a bunch of Swedish social workers like 10 years ago, where they did a song where they straight up saying, this is my no-no space. Talking about social So you just do that for COVID. This is my no-no space, and you'll be free.
I don't think it works, man. But I socially distance like I'm vaccinated. I did everything I was supposed to. Don't make me wear it again. We're not doing this to you. You are doing this to you.
Why does the guy in the bottom left look like Daffy Duck if he went full psycho? Or was that just me?
I could see it. Yeah,
I think Daffy,
a little bit.
I think Bugs pushed him too hard, and this is what he turned him into.
He looks more like Donald than Daffy, I think, but sure. And Donald is psycho. Daffy, he was just a good old Todd back in the day.
I mean, wouldn't you be if
And then they made him a prick. I hate that. Hate you, Warner Brothers. How dare you?
Well, I mean, Daffy was always a bit of a dick.
No. Back in the early 40s cartoons or whatever, he was a different character than the 70s, 60s, 70s cartoons. Totally different character.
But Bill Tank. But here's the real question: is it duck season or wabbit season?
Wabbit season.
It is
duck season.
I actually would rather eat duck because it's actually fatty, and rabbit you'll starve unless you eat their brains. So, speaking of the vax, though, vaccinated Americans has had enough. The United States, this pandemic could be almost over by now. The reasons isn't the reason it's still going are pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate shit like this because it's like, oh, vaccinated America has. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Not a damn thing. You're not going to go out.
They're going to try, Tank.
I mean, we all know who to blame for this. It's all the Democrats' fault. It's all the Democrats' fault. If you just got rid of the Democrats, this issue of COVID will cease to exist.
Well, the thing about it, the disease, as bad or not bad as it may be, is a force of nature. It's going to come. It's going to do what it's going to do, and we have very little things in our toolkit to deal with it. Lockdowns and all that shit are not a force of nature. They are decided on by bureaucrats. One does not necessitate the other. You can just have a virus that comes sooner. There's lots of ways to deal with it. Doesn't involve. So when these guys are trying to say, "Oh, it's the unvaccinated people's making us lock down again," no, motherfucker, it's your politicians that are doing that, and you can tell them to go eat shit, but you won't do it.
Yeah. I mean, if only there was a certain policy that was enforced around the world to deal with it, but sadly, most countries did not do it. If only.
You're talking about shutting down the borders?
No, just terminating international travel in general.
Yeah.
Just
Australia did that, and they've only had 1,000 cases of death.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Japan did it back in January 2020.
Yeah, and Japan actually didn't have any lockdowns. They had voluntarily.
They carried on as normal. You can still go to the spa. You can still go to the arcade. You can still go shopping.
But a lot of people closed and shut down themselves, but the government didn't do it. And that's the thing. Right?
And to think that Japan is much more quote unquote right wing and authoritarian compared to us wonderful first worlders.
Yeah, they are far from that, only because the people actually care about what their politicians do and keep their government in check. And I know you brought this up last night, Kizza, with Japan and their density and how they've only had about 15,000 cases in the last year or deaths.
Yeah, but based on their records, because I trust Japan's records compared to China, because China have not updated their records since, I think, March or April 2020. It's just been flatline.
Here's the thing, though, too. This is kind of interesting. Like, we want to talk about the history of countries and whatever else. We're talking about Europe. Like, the Japanese come from China. They know that, but they're like, screw the Chinese. They're not us. We're better. So,
I just checked. Yeah, just to be exact, 15,096 deaths as of right now.
Right.
And what's even more messed up, though? Tokyo, a city I believe has about 20 million people, 2,262 deaths.
Here's another thing, though, to question. Did Japan actually count the deaths accurately? Is Australia actually counting the deaths accurately, even though they're shutting down for 20 cases? Are they actually counting the deaths accurately, which obviously most of the Western world is not?
Well, the reason why I trust Japan is the fact that they have a very good understanding of SARS from 2003. Now, they straight up terminated international travel in, I believe, January 20th, 2020. I believe the exact date was. Okay, I might be off by a week or so, right? Now, if you were to look on the research, the first death was not until, let me just get the date here, the 4th of March, 2020. And if you look at the numbers, they don't even hit triple digits until literally come the winter time. And I do know in Japan, they had a very, very cold winter. I'm talking like as low as -20, which is pretty damn cold for Japan. And ultimately, they did have the spike, but then as soon as it came towards like springtime, it dropped. And then we're coming into summer, there was another spike again. But that's because I think by that point, they did allow international travel by this time. So, I mean, because in fact, there was literally hardly any deaths during the summer. I mean, I would say they are pretty trustworthy when it comes to their reporting. My country do not believe a single thing that is reported. Do
All
not
right.
believe a single thing.
Kizza, you made the show way too serious, man. Way
Oh,
too
I'm
serious.
sorry.
Way too serious. Let's keep moving. Republican governor is fed up with the idiots not getting vaccinated. Oh, Republican governor of Alabama has said it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks. Yeah, but that's not true because we have this Pfizer vaccine now completely worthless as Israel negative or not negative, less than 80% of all COVID patients were previously unvaccinated. Blah, blah, blah. We keep going. How about this? Know the facts before you vax. 32 deaths from the swine flu vaccine in 1976 halted the program. More than 10,991 people have died from the COVID vaccine in the U.S. alone so far. I actually think the VAERS numbers above that. Listen, guys, VAERS cannot be substantiated per se because it's people reporting it freely, but still, there's a lot of people reporting, and I believe it's well over that number now. It says it typically takes 50,000 deaths to halt a vaccine. And we have the COVID vaccinated. New symptoms to look out for. Tank, look out for these. Cardiac arrest, unconsciousness, seizure, aching muscles, blood clots in the brain, vomiting, sudden death, tired and unwell. Let us know, Tank, if you have sudden death.
Yeah, I actually did experience some sudden death last week.
Did you?
Yeah, it was.
That's pretty good.
Was it sudden death in Smash Brothers?
No, I just died, bro.
Nah,
Is
nah.
Sniper giving me shit in the chat? He is.
It's
Yes,
all good.
Sniper, I did get the shot, but I actually identify as unvaccinated, so
Exactly. Don't
respect
be a
my
bigot.
pronouns.
Yeah, do not be bigoted. But I will say, I mean, the blood clots themselves in the brain, I mean, actually, we want all the Democrats to get the AZ variant of the vaccine because that's the one with blood clots, and therefore they end up dying of blood clots, and therefore it will be a Republican ethno state.
Well, I mean, okay. Sure.
Just saying.
Sure.
Just saying.
I mean, let nature take its course. That's my argument. It's always going to be my argument. Screw your authoritarianism. Let nature take its course. If I'm wrong, I'll be dead. And if you are wrong, well, other things will happen probably. But this young lady, she's a lovely young girl. Like, she got the shot, wanted to virtue signal because everyone's pressuring her. Right? That is the societal norm. Let's pressure everybody. Let's not talk to our doctors. Let's not have individual conversations about our health. No. Let's hear this from politicians and just do it because you better. And if you don't, you're a bigot. Eat the soy. Eat the bugs, bigot. Right? I mean,
yep.
And she paid for it. 20 years old. This is sad, and this is really sad too because the parents. You know, I'm not going to. You just lost a child. It's horrible. But you parents that did this, that allowed this, that raised a child like this, don't get me wrong. Maybe your parents were anti-vax. Who knows? But she's 20 years old. Come on. And not even that I'm even anti-vax or suggesting anti-vax. Just be smart about what you're doing with your body.
Yeah.
Or be tank and take the mark of the beast.
Oh, well, as Jeremy correctly said a few weeks ago, as he said, he's taken every approved vaccine except the COVID one.
I mean, there are things, and I get Tank's arguments, and I also know what he does for a living. This is
Yeah.
what I do for a living, and there's no living in it. It's just me ranting on the internet. But look, here's what we've seen: rare everywhere. Just case after case, like article after article, trying to downplay it, and it's like, don't just give people information.
Well, you went real echoey, Bill.
Yeah, hey, Bill, you're cutting
He's got-
out.
Oh no, the FBI got him.
Hold on.
Silenced again. Oh no, here we are by ourselves. So, what's up, guys? Snipers in the chat. Hi, Tank. Hi, Sniper.
Yeah, Bill's just had connection issues, and he's back.
I don't know what that was, but
I believe that was the feds trying to silence you.
Probably was. Seems right. Seems right.
Yeah, by the looks of it, of that meme, it looks about to be as rare as a Mattel Thomas the Tank Engine toy.
Well, here, let me get it up. All right. So either way, it says, if I'm unvaccinated and not sick, and you're vaccinated and sick, how exactly is that my fault? Right? It's something like this. Hey, stupid.
Yeah.
If you don't use your umbrella, mine won't work. And just remember, guys, that unvaccinated sperm available here, cash only.
I'm sterilized. R.I.P.
It's a shame.
Give everyone put an F in chat for my semen that doesn't exist anymore.
Tank, you might be right. You might.
At least we know for sure that Tank is by definition the most feminine of all of us.
Yeah, probably. I got one F in the chat for this.
One F. What's that, Val? Okay. I see Juan Cholo put that in.
Juan Cholo.
It's my favorite name ever, brother. Juan Cholo.
So
there might be others that one day I'll be forced to say. So hold on, guys. I had to exit out for some reason. StreamYards didn't want me to do the stream, right?
Yeah, just racism.
Might have been the CIA. You never know.
Or the FBI.
No joke. My wife had she didn't tell me the particular, not that I would even mention, but she had a thing with her work with a senator, and I guess she was screening calls, and the freaking one of the people that she was screening was talking about that they had a random file on their computer get deleted because it was like something, it was like a meme like this crap, and it was something about some connection between Obama and whomever and Fauci and whatever. I don't even know. I'm making stuff up right now, but I'm just saying like there was some nefarious connection. They're like, ask the senator about that, and I'm like, is this person insane that they're gonna be like, oh yeah, the FBI hacked your computer and deleted this right now? Not to mention, even though I do believe that online spying with social media and whatever else is going on, and I know that they work with like the phone companies and stuff like that. Do you guys really think that they're hacking your computers on a regular basis if you're average everyday Joe and Schmo? I mean,
you never know. You never know. I mean, I'm pretty certain the Fed was listening to one of my Xbox Live convos back in the day.
Okay, but that's online through a different server. That's not hacking into your PC, Kizza.
Touche.
Yeah, I get it. There might be a lone hacker out there. I don't think that the federal government has that kind of resource. Look, I know people who work for the federal government who are computer people, and they know they're not that great compared to hackers working outside of the government.
Yeah, it's almost like they're just naturally superior.
All right, so anti-vaxxers, totalitarian soy state.
Oh no.
What I could say is that's a fat bastard. You fat bastard.
Well, they put Giga, Chad there, and that was the fat anti-vaxxers. Here's the thing. Whatever idiot comic did this, why do you care? Those fat anti-vaxxers will die. Just like on Jeremy Delaney's stream the other night, the random lady called in, is like, I hope you all die, you Republicans, you fat Republicans, right?
Oh yeah, I just laughed at that, but she was correct about us being tracked from our mobile phones, but I was going to make a joke, which I sadly missed, on that, oh no, everyone who gets the vaccine is going to be used as a 5G Wi-Fi tower.
Ah, nice.
Sniper says, in fact, Bill, if you have 200 subs, you have 150 feds listening. Yeah, I don't believe 302 people watch this show. So it's gotta be like 295 feds.
StreamYards right now says 15, but I'm not looking at D Live or anything else. That
I was just talking about our subscribers on YouTube. Like,
oh yeah. I know. I'm saying watching though. Yeah.
By that logic, then how many feds are listening into PewDiePie since he has over 100 million?
I bet a bunch. He talks about like. He throw. I'm not gonna say dog whistles. I don't think he's actually using his dog whistle.
What is the ratio to the Witchmer 5 and the feds right now?
Oh, wasn't it like 13-4 or something?
It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ, PewDiePie has got the entire US Secret Service listening in on him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, guys, I have a soul, but for the money side of it, I wish I was a fed, because really, they can do about anything.
Wait,
hired, and they make good money. So,
wait, what was that? What was that? It sounded like you said you wanted to be a fag.
No, I said
it did sound like you said you just said it did honestly sound like you said.
I said fed, but sure, Kizza, whatever's on your mind, buddy.
I'm just saying, chat, back me up on this. You all heard it. You all heard it, chat. Don't lie.
Don't.
I don't know.
So we're
anyways,
talking a good 6 digits then.
A good 6 digits. What does that even mean?
Oh, talking at least 100 grand plus.
Oh, for PewDiePie, yeah.
No, I'm talking about being a fed.
Oh no. On your level, but once you're in for like 10 years, depending on the job you do, like if you're in the FBI or CIA, yeah, you're going to be making 6 figures, no doubt. If you're in for like 10 years or more, you're going to be close to that easily. And look, dude, I worked for county podunk government, and if I hadn't had a pay raise, I would have been. I didn't have a pay raise for 5 years, I should say. I would have been. I would have been halfway there. So, and that's someone who's never ranked up, never promoted. Not that I couldn't have or didn't even try at one point or whatever, but I had to play. There's certain politics and things. For me to get promoted, I actually literally, with full custody of my daughter, had to go to the 4 to midnight shift, which makes no sense. So they promoted a guy to the 4 to midnight shift who had been caught stealing before from our commissary, had been talking to a former inmate, maybe having a relationship with, but they promoted him because he was the only guy to promote, because he was the only guy willing to go to 4 to midnight. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think personally he had something on the person who gave him the promotion.
No. You don't know the sheriff's department I worked for, dude. No, there's no way. No, I'm telling you right now, that's the reason why they put him there, is because he was the guy that was willing to do it. That the end of it. The end. He was the guy willing to go to the shift that they wanted them to be on. Had nothing to do with anything else. The same guy, and don't get me wrong, I have no beef with this individual personally, but some other people did, and they used to mess with them. The same guy literally said to folks, once I get promoted, all of you who picked on me, I'm going to screw over so hard. He He literally made this statement to these people. So when I talk about, I'll say this, when I talk about government corruption and all these things and how these systems work and the nature of how human beings are, in a lot of the civilian world, you guys just have specialties that you have to work in, and you're dealing with interpersonal relationships and maybe shitty management, right? But for me, I'm talking about literally what governments do, because it doesn't matter what the bottom line is. They're always going to be funded and get money, which means that they're always going to end up being corrupted, because there's no reason why they're going to run out of money or run anyone out who's not a good resource or a good leader, a good team player, a moral individual. Why would I promote moral individuals when I can benefit from promoting buddies or folks who won't be moral individuals who I can control, right? So
Exactly.
yeah.
This is why you want people to return to monkey, so you could take control of the monkey.
I don't want to control anybody, but that's me. But speaking of control, have you guys seen this, right? This has been going around. 10 stages of genocide. And the question is, where are we at?
I would say stage 7.
Right. But the bigger question is, in what manner? Because some people are arguing about, Republicans versus Democrats, which is stupid. I mean, I know people say right versus left is stupid, right? I don't think that's so stupid. But talking about Republicans versus Democrats, considering that probably half of Republicans are basically Democrats, why are we arguing that? But for the vax, for sure, and for liberty-minded people, potentially, Have you seen this, Tank?
Yeah, I saw Cernovich shared it.
El Quixote?
Yeah, El Quixotes.
Quixotes.
Quixotes. Sending their children with Quixotes.
Piso Mahalo. El Quixotes.
Yes.
Yes. Cernovich.
Watch out for that wet floor is all I'm saying.
And somebody shared this. I mean, I think they got this from the Genocide Watch website.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, but then there's obviously the 14 Steps of Fascism, which has a very similar list to this.
Yeah.
Which, ironically enough, has nothing to do with fascism, but has.
Let's say the 14 Steps of Fascism. Yeah, that's a retarded commie that wrote that has no idea that his ideology is fascistic. So,
I mean, how? Oh no, it's just regressive.
Well, no, I mean, no, it is fascistic. Look, the communists do this. Have you, Kizza?
Yes.
Have you watched Comrade Detective?
I haven't watched Comrade Detective. Bless you.
Yeah. Comrade Detective is a Romanian television show in the 1980s that they dubbed and put on Amazon, guys. And it is, as far as I understand, literally the script just dubbed over. And it's propaganda. It's Romanian communist propaganda. But my point to all that is that within, well, what were you saying there, Kizza, about the? See, this is why I don't drink and stream anymore. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I just laughed at the so-called list of 14 steps to fascism, and quite literally, the person who made that does not actually even understand what fascism actually is, or in fact, the overwhelming majority of people. And it was technically a 14 steps to totalitarianism.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So Comrade Detective is this show that was propaganda. It was supposed to be serious, but 80s show, whatever. You should check it out. It is on Amazon. If you don't want to watch it there, obviously find it elsewhere. But like you can see the things that they say and the things that they're trying to justify. It's no different. Like it really, in the end, is no different than fascism. I don't know. I had some other point that I was on, but whatever.
Well, Dev did a great video on this, on how Marxist is subversive.
Well, whatever. I mean, yeah.
That's a great
Here
video.
we
But
go.
yeah, I'm just laughing at the voice actors: Channing Tatum, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jenny Slate. Some interesting choice
Dude,
of
no,
voices.
no, it's funny. My wife, I got my wife into it right away. And mind you, I haven't watched all of it. I did watch Invincible finally the other week, and that was really good. Despite it's a little bit of SJW tinge, but I expect that from about everything.
I
So-
watched that. I watched that. I literally binged that in one day, and I was expecting a plot twist halfway through, but sadly I didn't get it. And well, I could see where
Wait, Invincible?
Yeah, Invincible, the animated superhero show.
Well, the plot twist is at the end of the first episode.
No, because initially the way it was set up, spoilers, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, is that there was hints that quote unquote the main character was quote unquote possessed or brainwashed, but then they threw out the idea to basically say no, he straight up murdered them because he's loyal to his
Okay, okay. I get what you're saying, but that's not what I picked up at all. That to me, that was cope. That was the characters in that world coping with what he did.
Possibly, but
Yeah.
I see where certain memes come from. But honestly, after I watched it, I was kind of like, eh. Like I don't regret not watching it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
I liked it. It's better than The Boys season 2.
I've never watched The Boys, so
The
I can't
Boys
comment.
season 1's great. The Boys season 2 is it gets 50% on me.
I
So-
mean, for me, when I saw the advertisement for The Boys, I just thought, okay, is this like a super fag version of Heroes?
No, it's nothing
It's
like
more
that.
of a cultural commentary, but
Yeah.
kinda, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to TV shows, I mean, the only reason I got Amazon Prime was purely for the Grand Tour.
Kizza, I'm telling you, go on YouTube or Google DuckDuckGo, find it. It's on YouTube. Go watch. What? Damn it! Now I lost the name of it. Utopia. Go watch Utopia. The UK version. It's good. It's good. It's visually good. I mean, I don't know. I'm an artist, so like the visuals are good for me. It's great. I think it's scripted well. I think it's cast well.
The one from 2013.
Yeah, man.
Okay, it's on Amazon Prime. But you
Yeah,
have to pay
there's
for it.
no. Amazon Prime. That's the new one. I think.
No. They got the 2013 version.
Oh,
right
they
here.
do. Do they have both seasons, 1 and 2?
Yeah, they've got because this one was done by this is Channel 4.
Okay.
Which I know
Yes. So I will say season 2 is a little weaker, but still good.
Okay.
Because as often shows go, they retcon a little bit along the way, but still good. But the Amazon original show is, I've never seen it, but the clips I've seen of it is insanely terrible compared to the original BBC Channel 4 version. So with that, let's keep going. We got memes. We got memes, man. Tank needs to go to bed eventually,
Yeah. So do I technically, but don't care.
We're getting there, man. But
yeah.
Here we go. Say, if you make or buy a fake COVID-19 vaccination record card or endanger yourself and those around you, you may be breaking the law. So this is a public
Isn't that
service.
a form of identification? I thought those were impossible to get.
So this is what I want to question. If we need COVID passports, can Black people and other minorities get COVID passports since they can't get voter ID, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did raise this question to Delaney yesterday, and she definitely agreed that they will be discriminated against. In which case, she, as a minority, can sue them for discrimination and racism, and get many thousands in payouts. But that's why I tell people, like, quite often the best way to make an example out of these people is to sue them. And when you win, and it's posted all over the media, others will realize others will learn, and they will retract these terrible ideas. Always
Well,
works.
here we have from Jack Posobiec. It says White House COVID team has been in discussions about imposing lockdowns again. Dem and Rhino governors on board per White House official. That was last night. At the same time, we have this. It puts the needle in the skin, or else it gets the mask again.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
Science of the Lambs.
I thought he was Antifa.com again. I see he dropped that for that day.
I don't know. What's your favorite part of the new COVID vaccine? You can still spread the virus. 2-month immunity. 10 to 15% reaction rate. Bell's palsy, anaphylaxis, no manufacturer liability, set to wear a mask, all the above.
I take all of the above for 1,000, Jeff.
Well, let's watch a little video real quick.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances.
Come on, guys, bother me. Come on.
It's the so many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's deep eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his spread in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Face to face, out in the heat, hanging tough, staying hungry. They stack the odds till we take to the street for the kill with the skill to survive. It's deep eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his spread in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
Are you telling me that they didn't actually get the vaccine?
I'm not telling you anything, Tank.
I
Did I
mean,
say anything that whole time? That was a video.
No, I'm just going to say this right now. Hot take. "I the Tiger" is a very overrated song.
Yeah, well, that's why you're English and not.
No,
American.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. "Hearts on Fire" from Rocky IV is better.
Ooh, it is pretty good. That is a banger that people don't talk about a lot.
All right. Well, here was just a number, just some numbers, right? Of Delta cases and the vaxxed and unvaxxed and who was getting it. And it seemed like the unvaxxed were getting more Delta cases, like a lot more, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the deaths.
What?
I mean,
Could you scroll up again, Bill?
oh yeah, I
scroll
can
down,
scroll
though.
up again because and I can scroll down, and I can scroll up again, and then I can scroll down, and then so I don't get yeeted, I can go to another meme.
Yep.
New data suggests that fully vaccinated individuals are not just contracting COVID, but could be carrying higher levels of the virus than previously understood, facilitating spread. My NBC News colleagues are reporting new indoor mask guidance expected today.
Huh. That is a mystery. So are the people who are vaccinated now technically suffering? Have now got super coof?
They may. I mean, that's coming next, man. Whatever's coming next is coming next for sure. Won't it won't surprise me. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
So if we do get super coof, is that when we send in Florida Man? Just asking for a friend.
Florida Man?
Yeah, Florida Man. Do you know Florida Man who straight up stands there in just a pair of teeny weeny shorts, waving an American flag in front of it when a tornado comes in?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that would work.
That makes the point here. It's an argument against intellectual property. Yeah. Okay. Intellectual property at what point though, man? Because we cut that off. We cut that off after so long, and this is ubiquitously cultural. And Tim Pool's been on this with Ian for a while. I'm a big kind of open source guy generally, but I also do respect intellectual property rights. I'm not one of the left libertarians that are like, oh, we need to have no intellectual property rights. But
you mean China?
That song is everywhere. Come on.
You mean China?
Come on.
I mean, I support the concept of fair use, as in, if you're not making any money off it, what's the big issue? And if you make it very clear that you don't own the song, it belongs to these people, what is the issue? I mean, where I see it is technically free advertising.
That song belongs to Journey, by the way.
Right.
We did not create it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's not Journey.
I mean, there is actually royalty-free music out there. There is royalty-free music out there.
Oh, no, Eye of the Tiger Survivor. Yeah, that's right. It's our yeah, it's not Journey. I'm thinking of what's that fucking song? No, I'm thinking of God dang it.
It's not I Am Survivor because that's Destiny's Child.
No.
Here's the thing. I see it all as fair use because yes, I play the clip, but I'm playing this clip. Guys, I literally spent hours between collecting memes, sorting it, whatever, to try to create a show, that has some sort of flow. And maybe tonight I'm not doing the best of it, but the reality is yeah, there's a song there. Would I get claimed intellectual property rights if I was playing it on my own here, if I could, on a guitar, right? The way that people look at this is so weird to me because music especially is passed down and repeated. Like sampling is no big deal, but if I sample it for a minute or two for a little show, then intellectual property rights. So I'm not saying that you're making that argument. I'm just saying that
look.
Yeah.
I mean, how if you want to talk about sampling, just look at the video game industry. That thing is so reliant on sampling; it's not even funny. I mean, if you want a good example of sampling, just look up Driver 2 Chicago Night and listen to, I believe it is Jake or Jack's theme from Tekken 3. Go ahead and tell me they are not the same track. I mean, and also people worried about copyright. There's royalty-free music out there. Just use that. No one will care.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of separate ways. I get those songs confused.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of movie films and music, poor what's his name? Herzog, I believe his name is.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand what Matt is arguing because basically, dude, I sourced a meme that had that music in it and I put it in here for the show. So maybe there's something it's so powerful they risk nobody, no offense, live stream cut because someone thinks intellectual property. Yeah, I get that, man. I get that. But I'm not worried. The live stream's not going to be, it's not cut right now, is it? Right?
No, we're still going strong.
No. I'll get it later. If there's a copyright strike, it'll happen later. I promise you. And I'll just cut it from the stream. But you guys got to see the meme. So that's the way I'm thinking about it, right?
Exactly, because the ends justify the memes.
There you go. Always.
Yeah, exactly. So, shall we?
All right. Where were we? Good Lord! Look what you all did. You did this to me.
It's choice to live with this virus. And with all due respect, you don't have a choice to go out and drink and drive and put everybody else's lives at risk.
Yes, I do.
That's equivalent.
Thank you, Tank. I was thinking the same thing.
Yes,
I might get in
Gavin
trouble
Newsom? I just
for
heard
it,
his
but
voice.
I certainly have the choice, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, drunk
Dude,
driving.
I'm super libertarian on this. If like, I'm not suggesting people go drink and drive, but look, if you're not liable and you get home, you're not liable. Like,
Yeah.
people do a lot of stupid stuff all the time. They're not liable for it. For some reason, we have certain restrictive zones that we've pre-programmed our brains to. And again, I'm not saying, guys, don't go out and drink and drive. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying go do that. What I'm saying is that if you get home, lots of people do, safe, then it's cool. We cannot just shut down society because of people who don't want to listen to rules, right? And there's only so many people that can enforce it, right? So anyways.
Yeah.
No, I mean, seriously. So dude I know in Kosovo basically told me that over there if they're drinking and they're driving, they drive in the middle of the road. That is, the line in the middle of the road is in the middle of their car, and anyone who is not drunk drives up and will flash their lights on them, right? Their high beams, and they will pull over, and that person will pass them, and that's it. There's no cops involved. There's nothing else. It's cultural. It's societal. It has nothing to do with the government. And that is what I am asking for. And we're talking about, this is old Europe, folks. Like,
yeah.
Americans, most of us were too freaking Puritan. And I'm not saying that being somewhat puritanical isn't a good thing. Obviously, you guys watch me, but the idea that we have these certain laws and we just need to follow the way it is, it might make sense at the time, but we're trying to restrict folks so terribly. We're trying to control them and enslave them. Anyways, whatever. Let's keep going with memes, unless you have something else to say, Kiz. No? All right.
Of this moment, with the deadliness and efficiency of the Delta virus, you're putting other people's, innocent people's lives at risk.
It's like drunk drivers. You don't have the right to go out and drink and drive and put everybody else at risk, including your own life at risk.
Those 25% that have remained unvaccinated, what do you attribute that to in your state?
Well, overwhelming majority misinformation by right-wing pundits, period, full stop.
That's you and I.
Yeah,
Time to be a little bit more specific.
Us, guys.
The Ron Johnsons of the world, the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world, the Tucker Carlsons of the world. I watch them. I listen.
I only recognize
Get
one of the people.
into those communities. You know the zip code. You know where they live. Go knock on every door with representatives of the community.
He's literally, as I talked about in the beginning of this show, he's literally calling for mob rule.
Why don't you want to take a vaccine? What are you worried about? Speak their language and talk them through it and get them a vaccine.
The world is desperate for what we have complete access to here in this country. And only America, supposedly the greatest, is making herself sick.
If you want to come out into public.
All right, that's
I would love to challenge that governor and point out the fact it's to Democrats such as yourselves is the reason why so many people died. It is all your fault. Accept it like a man.
Obviously.
Don't run away like a bitch.
No, very obviously.
See, this is why you need someone to get on TV to say these things. Forget about the
Right.
rules of the FCC. Just go all in, and that's how. Just go all in.
Yeah.
I remember. Charlie Brown. Such a simpler time. Speaking of which, have you all seen the table scene from Charlie Brown?
The tape? No, I haven't seen that.
Let's just say all the white kids are sitting on one side, and there's one black kid sitting on the other side.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh god.
All right. Deaths of despair during the COOF rose by 60% in 2020. New research says, but let's ignore that. Let's ignore this too. U.S. overdose death hits record 93,000 in pandemic last year. But no big deal, right? No big deal that happened. Let's listen to Fauci. I say let's listen to Fauci. He's been consistent throughout, as is exampled.
Should not be walking around with masks. Let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and masks are protective, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is.
There has not been any indication that putting a mask on and wearing a mask for a considerable period of time has any deleterious effects.
There are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course. You do not need to wear a mask indoors if, in fact, you've been vaccinated. Good that you're vaccinated, but in a situation where you have people indoors, particularly crowded, you should wear a mask.
So even if you are vaccinated, you should wear a mask. If, in fact, you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, you are protected, and you do not need to wear a mask outdoors or indoors. When the children go out into the community, you want them to continue to wear masks.
You know, if you look at children outside, particularly when they're with the family, walking down the street, playing a game or what have you, don't have to wear a mask.
The Academy of Pediatric actually makes that recommendation that children should be wearing masks from 2 years old onward.
And you're asking now, if your child is a member of your household, can you walk outdoors with your child without a mask? According to that chart, the answer is yes.
But the child can't, not to beat it to death.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Because now the CDC says, I mean, I think I've got this right. 1 mask is better than 0 masks. 2 masks is better than 1 mask. But you don't have to have double masks. Is that right? I mean,
it became clear that cloth coverings that you didn't have to buy in a store, that you could make yourself, were adequate. And then you want it to fit better. So one of the ways you could do it, if you would like to, is put a cloth mask over, which actually here and here and here, where you could get leakage in, is much better contained.
And are you a double masker, Dr. Fauci? It looked like you are.
This reminds me of a joke.
What's the joke?
The best argument against Hillary Clinton is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Roll the
There you
clip.
go.
Everyone knows what clip I'm talking about.
I am Dr. Fauci, ordering you all who are fully vaccinated to wear a mask. If you're fully vaccinated, wear a mask. I repeat, if you are fully vaccinated, you need to wear a mask. And you know what? You might want to wear it too. Thank you very much, and please wait for further instructions.
Yeah, the same snakes that are selling the panic are selling the cure.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, is Dr. Fauci the same type of science guy like Bill Nye is? Asking for a friend.
Sort of. You know, him and Cuomo go way back, right?
Oh yeah. Cuomo, the man who is responsible for 1/3 of America's deaths. Also, what happened to that FBI investigation, by the way?
Oh, that got
Oh, that's not going to happen.
all of them. No, not just Cuomo, but Tom Wolf, Gretchen Whitmer, whomever else put people into the nursing homes. The DOJ decided they weren't going to investigate that. That was released last week.
Wonder why.
Yeah. I wonder why. It's not like they weren't trying to kill people on purpose. I mean, they would never do anything like that. Look, here's the best thing you guys can do about the Delta variant. You know, just stop listening. And if you didn't see the other week, all over Europe, and not just Europe, but the Western world in general, Australia as well, had protests, and there were people complaining about it because they're super spreaders. And of course, if you guys haven't heard, there's a Sigma variant. Wait, I have to ask, did that come across on the sound?
Yeah, we heard the sound.
Oh, I don't want to do it on the stream either way. Just yeah, make sure. I'm all about that music. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all I gotta say to the Sigma is, so that's how this whole Sigma virus started then.
Dangerous new freedom variant causing people to ignore government and live their lives.
Gas.
Speaking of Babylon Bee, did you get that article from Not the Bee with Reuters and protesters?
Say what?
Oh, there's an article by Not the Bee. What's it called? Reuters BLM protests. Reuters wasn't concerned with COVID during mass BLM protests. Weird how they're now warning about it during anti-communism protests. Thinking emoji.
Right. Yeah. Well, here, what if COVID-19 was made by China to kill their competitors, but it failed because it was made in China? I mean,
boom. That's it.
Well, I mean, China did try to kill me, and after 3 weeks of extortionating pain, it died.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, guys. So in other news, and by the way, we're rounding out, folks. Kevin Smith. He was a big mask advocate here today. I hiked the Ryan Canyon for the first time in a month. A maskless passerby told me 2 masks is overkill. I replied, Batman wears a mask. The maskless guy looked at me like I was an idiot. In moments like this, instead of arguing, I like to counter unsolicited opinion with unsolicited fact.
Well, good for you, Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Well, sadly, Kevin, Batman doesn't wear a mask to protect himself from a virus. He does it to hide his identity, which many supervillains worked out anyway.
And Kevin Smith is in the news right now of sorts, at least culturally, because of He-Man. I don't really care about this so much, but it's still kind of funny to me. So, greetings, consumer. It is I, your favorite childhood franchise. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard something about this.
Yeah, the cartoon, the comic book.
Yeah, the reboot, the quote-unquote reboot.
Adaptation. No, it wasn't a reboot. It was a continuation. Wasn't a reboot. It was a new series within the same genre. But this is what happened, guys. This is what happened. Just remember, Kevin Smith is a liar, and a new Netflix series will suck. Until next time, friends.
What if I got my haircut like that?
That reminds me of a meme that we had on Monday. Let me just find it. Where was it? Okay. Remember, if you're a junior, your mom has probably moaned your name during sex. Until we meet again.
Well, there you go. I've had that too. Yes.
Yes.
Probably one of yours that I stole from Discord, because He-Man protected Grayskull Castle for over 200 episodes, and Skeletor never won. Tila protected the castle for 5 episodes, and Skeletor became the master of the universe.
Dang.
Therefore, women suck and rule the patriarchy.
Dudes rock.
Yes. Here we have He-Man didn't hurt me Adam, you did. And I couldn't even scream at you for it. He's like, I died. Yeah. And the rest of us had to live with it. Adam, you died to save me, but I'm the true victim. That is
Straight
that's
Hillary
a
moment.
callback to this. This is the writing in this.
Yeah, I mean, well, when it comes to He-Man, I never watched the '80s show. I watched the late '90s, early 2000s show.
That was pretty good, actually. I didn't watch it all the way through, but I did watch some of it. Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes is when Grayskull and He-Man are fighting because they have these armors because of these crystals, which makes them invincible. So
You
they're
mean
basically
not Grayskull? You mean Skeletor?
That's a Skeletor, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had these crystals because there was two of them. Each of them had one of them, which gave them like these this armor, and it made them like basically invincible. So they're just battering the fuck out of each other, destroying the land until basically they decide, screw this, just get rid of the armor, and then He-Man gets both the crystals and destroys them.
Well, again, that was some of the stuff I liked in Invincible. Like the first episode, immediately before you see the underbelly of the show, you have the heroes clearing out all of the bystanders. Later on in the show, you see if you're a reckless hero, you can do a great deal of damage with superpowers to the community. So I kind of like that realistic perspective. But in any case, you know what else I also miss? I miss the old He-Man, like after school, not back to school, after school messages, like G.I. Joe used to do, like the more you know, that whole thing.
Yes.
And right here it says, yeah, remember, kids, if she has an Adam's apple, she has a banana. Until the next time.
Well, I mean, my personal favorite after school messages come from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, there you go.
Wait, was
I
that
don't know those
was
'cause
that
I'm too old? But
was
yeah.
that the one? Was because there was two Sonic shows. One was like super ADD, and one was like dark and dystopian.
Yeah. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is like the bug. Is like the Looney Tunes knockoff.
Oh
The
yes,
dark one
it's
is known
super.
as-
Yeah.
Yeah. The dark one's.
I mean,
known
I
as
watched
Sonic
them
the
both,
Hedgehog.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, here's another important, very based message for all of you boys out there.
Folks, if your sex doll's nose starts to run, she isn't sick. She's full. Until next time, friends.
That's the best advice you're going to get on this show.
Welcome to his TED Talk.
All right, guys, we are closing out. We are on the tail end. The tail end. Even if you're not conspiracy minded, even if you're not conspiracy minded, something in your soul has to be telling you something isn't right with any of this. And this is why I advocate for TED Talks. You know?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I mean, I did a few TED Talks yesterday with Jeremy and Delaney. I'm very grateful for them hosting my TED Talks.
I will always say, go back to the classics, go back to ancient wisdom. I appreciate generally more Western wisdom these days than in the past. But, you know, when I was a young kid, I was reading a lot of Eastern wisdom, and I will bring back Sun Tzu's most famous quote, like, all war is based, you know?
True.
So, yeah. So, guys, let's base out in the meme war here. Calm down, liberals. No one is coming for your abortions. We just want common sense abortion control. Mandatory background checks, complete with mental health evaluations, must be placed in a national abortion registry. I mean, this is all reasonable, right? A $200 tax stamp and a 1-year waiting period. I think that's reasonable for an abortion. Outlaw assault abortions after the first trimester. Pretty reasonable, right? And limit the number you can have. No one needs more than one abortion.
Yeah,
Common sense.
I'm going to give you the radical alt-centrist point of view on this. I'm a big supporter in ultra late-term abortions.
right as they're coming out the birth canal, that's when you get them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, man. you can't be in violation of a magazine ban if you don't have a magazine.
Valid.
We got to start.
Wait. So as an ignorant Englishman, forgive me for interrupting here. Does that mean they're banning Playboy and Sports Illustrated?
I think it's been banned, right? Because no one uses magazines anymore.
Well, they mean for a weapon, but yes, that's no, those are still out there. Kizza, either way, look, we all need to be strong. We all need to be strong. This is what a raw vegan healing does. What does strength look like to you?
Oh God.
Yeah.
God, she looks like an advert for Ethiopia.
She's an anorexic, yes.
I mean, fucking hell. My niece, who is 1 month old, has more meat on her bones than she does.
Yeah, my daughter does too, as well, of course.
I think I saw this on Twitter, and someone saying that she has rheumatoid arthritis, which may explain some of this.
No, this is her being a vegan.
Well, yeah, I was
He
like,
would get rid of her arthritis if she ate a bunch of meat. I promise you.
Yeah, lots of red meat, lots and lots of red.
The vegans will say, "Yo, inflammation will go down," which it will in the muscles and joints, not in your gut and systemically across your body. Meat doesn't cause inflammation, guys. I hate to tell you, but that has to do a lot with plant fats and matter in general. Not all plant matter. I'm not saying don't eat plant matter. Just saying.
No, mate. Inflammation is solar power. Is basically solar soreness.
All I'm saying is don't do this. Be base. Get strong. Hey.
The Bible doesn't say shit about not committing tax fraud. The Bible doesn't say shit about not committing tax fraud.
it's very okay. Yeah.
And
a little bit of Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I mean,
fun fact. Guess who was one of the main writers of the show Johnny Bravo?
Kevin
I have no
Smith.
idea.
Steph MacFarlane.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was
what
one of his
happened to
first-
him.
You might know of him. He created a pretty popular show which got canceled.
Here's the
twice.
thing. Seth is a lefty, but that dude in his heart, he's a Chad. I'm telling you right now. He is. He's a Chad.
We
He's a
missed out on
lefty.
a great shit poster.
He is a Chad. I'm telling you. I'm telling
Are
you.
you saying he's hiding his power level?
I'm not saying he's based. I'm just saying he's a Chad.
He
That's
could
all.
be based. He could be convinced.
I mean,
He's slightly based, but he's a bleeding heart to some degree. But hey, here's this.
Democracy is cringe. Read some Aristotle.
There you go. And I mean, I don't think Aristotle had everything right, but like democracy is cringe, dude. So white people are less likely to be gay. Poll reveals African American community has the highest percentage of LGBT adults in the USA. And I wonder why that is. Tank, could you take a guess?
The Bucks have been broken.
All right. Well, here's what
Dude, what is he saying?
Oh no, we've become so smart, they're stupid to us.
What the shit?
I mean, don't forget. There's Prince. I mean, a good chunk of the prison population. Who else is there? Who else was black and a massive faggot? Oh, what's his face? That quote-unquote influencer who tried to steal a bunch of land.
That was the point, Keza. You're not countering anything. It was there were more black people that are gay.
Yeah. It must be all those tribes in Africa all fucking this shit out.
Why is
Yeah, please don't have it here.
anti-Semitism not just umbrellaed under racism?
I don't know. I'm practically a carnivore, so that's why I put this in here because I don't eat a lot of plant matter, folks.
But that's because they are the chosen people and therefore must have their own special category.
Oh,
What's meat got to do with this? Oh my god.
What about these chosen people? Armed minorities are harder to oppress. What about that?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what look, we all know about rooftop Koreans. Like this is it's how it goes, right?
I mean, hell, Jeremy did ask the question. If a Kyle Rittenhouse was protecting the Capitol building on January 6th, would have happened?
Well, yeah. When you
I
think,
mean, I did bring up rooftop Koreans.
He did. I was there.
Yeah,
I watched. It was live. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean,
Believe Kizza.
yeah, yep. This is why we need KizzaRism.
All right. Yeah, I agree, Kizza. This is why this happened. So if you weren't aware, that was the Doom Slayer's gun, and Kizza's a fan. So
Yeah, it's super shotgun. But speaking of which, Bill, Tank, have you seen the video? Bringing up your daughter right. Well, I call it bringing up your daughter right.
no, I haven't.
Just if for those who are interested, just type in Doom Guy teaches Isabel to use the super shotgun.
Okay.
all I have to say is Christ would not hand you the Doom Slayer's gun, folks. That's not going to happen. But West Virginia is west by God. And new law in West Virginia eliminates sale tax on guns and ammo. Country roads, baby. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Bill, as someone who lives not too
Oh,
far
shut
from
up.
West
Every
Virginia.
knee will bow and every tongue will confess to West by God.
I was just going to ask, Bill, what did you think of a certain Scotsman's rendition of Country Road?
I don't know if I've heard that.
It's from Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle.
Oh, I've seen that. I saw when I initially saw it, I saw a ripped version. Regardless of it being ripped or not, that was a horrible, crappy movie compared to the first Kingsman. And
It's not that bad.
it's not good, dude. I hate to be a snob about it, but I am a movie snob. I really am.
Look. It's not that bad. Like, look. I get it's a little cringy in certain aspects, but look, okay. I mean, the opening scene, they're quite literally fighting in the back of a taxi with Prince playing. I mean, that's a great way to start a freaking opening.
I've
film.
only watched it like once, so I can't. I couldn't even.
I mean, I don't
that,
care.
but
I'm just saying. I'm just saying this
either
right
way, because regardless of what I do, I feel like I'm Matt Christensen here. Like I'm wondering why all my friends got warnings about being exposed to extremism, but I didn't. You know, it's like I'm not trying for a right wing hit piece thing, but like why hasn't it happened yet? And I've come to this realization. So you're having a spiritual awakening. You lost your friends. You can no longer work a regular job, and your family thinks you're crazy. Congratulations, you've escaped the matrix. But
So at what point do I get Scarlett Johansson's booty?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, my wife and I both agree. We both like Scarlett. I mean, there are maybe more attractive women, but we both like Scarlett. So, look, here we go. Regardless of what we're doing, this is what the powers that be are doing. As violent extremists are turn to live streaming video platforms to recruit and galvanize support, it's important for U.S. officials to take this threat seriously and
Hey, it's
to
us.
repair the internet.
Yeah, John. How does it feel working for an organization that was founded to protect a pedophile, you filthy non-supporter?
Well, you did see this, right? It says the memes are
yes.
cultural units of blah, 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 blah. The original iteration of Wojak meme expressed emotions such as melancholy, regret, and loneliness. And then the Doge and the Pepe Frog. European Commission's humor. Stasi decided right-wing memes are not fun anymore. So what are you going to do about them?
Not
What are you going to do?
thing.
Here's what we're going to do. It's why I titled the stream this way. We're going to do this. But guys, you need to do better because you got feds around the corner just like this. Right? Right. And you need to get off. You need to get off the dope. Like, you can't be doping. You can't be Elon Musk on Joe Rogan. I mean, and drop all of your sponsorships, please. All you little Pepes out there.
Now, just for context, do you, Bill and Tank, know why this Pepe's dressed up all in Red Bull kit?
You tell me. I don't know context. It's a meme.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. No, this is actually really funny. It's because the founder of Red Bull was a big Trump fan, and he straight up fired his entire HR department who supported Black Lives Matter.
Oh, wow. Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. All I'm
Yes.
saying is just stop trying to get sponsorships if you're on the right or if you're liberty minded or whatever.
Look, Red Bull
Don't be that kind of Pepe. Don't try and shrink yourself either. Do this instead.
Base. Cringe. Base. Cringe. Base.
All right. In case no one can hear.
Base. Cringe. Base. Cringe. Base. Cringe.
No, but seriously, like spend less time on the internet, guys. Get off fast food so you don't have this situation here. Stop looking in. Stop looking inward all the time.
I'm just saying, I love to see three lovely ladies just turn up to me and come to my rescue.
Well, yeah, of course, but I know, it'd be great, but you got to stop the fast food for it to happen, Kizza. You stop looking inward at this sad mess of the UN. Start meditating. Start getting out in the world. Start finding, discovering stuff. Look at this. This is a free Peposaurus out in the world. Totally discovered. And one day, once you have yourself right, I did this whole thing. Like, I literally have a daughter today because I did this myself. I met a nice woman. And look at this. You might think it's not right, but I mean, look at that. I mean, you'll get it. You'll get it. You get yourself in shape, you'll get a good woman. And guys literally only want one thing, and it's disgusting. And it's Fallout.
They're playing Fallout New Vegas on a GameCube.
Fallout New Vegas.
Wait, that was released on GameCube?
No.
No,
Good God,
it's a joke. Kizza, stop being autistic, dude. It's a meme.
Don't all right. Listen, if you're gonna do memes, they got to be authentic. Not
Look,
fake.
every meme is authentic from my heart, despite everyone else making them. But this is the thing: you find the right girl, and then The Last of Us come about. Look at this. This is brilliant. This is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that.
And to think that a certain woman, now a man, would have been perfect to play one of the characters in this, and if they made a TV series out of it. Such a shame.
All I know is too much is at stake to let this go.
Yay.
So what you said, Bill? Are you trying to say that America should return to Europe?
I'm saying no. We have to remember our heritage because this is what we're getting today. And look, the same folks are like, stop giving me your toughest battles. And Christ is like, it's a bookcase from IKEA, bro. Like, why are you crying? Like, you gotta learn you gotta learn the Chad hominin. You know, you gotta stand up, and no matter what, you just have to laugh. It doesn't look. I know, like, I'm not trying to be offensive to so many people, but sometimes things are funny. Like, look at this.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Oh man!
Hey, look, Tank laughed, but no matter what, it's no more cringe than what KFC put up here as a meme on its freaking Twitter.
Christ, no.
Which KFC's Twitter account is that? Is that
KFC's?
It's Estonia? I don't know.
Probably.
It could be like ES, obviously, for Espanol.
All right.
Who knows?
That's it. That's it.
All right. I'm going to bed. Y'all have fun.
I know. Not my fault.
But excuse me, Princess.
We've done more memes than that in an hour and a half time period. Not 2.5 hours, Kizza.
Don't put this all on me, okay? You started most of the distractions.
Wait.
Okay?
I think you and Tank are to blame, actually.
Probably.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I press X to doubt on that.
Well, press X because we're cutting out of here.
All right, take care, Ro.
All right, guys, this has been the Ends Just for the Memes. Thank you all for watching. We're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tank, you got anything? El Coyote?
I do not. No mas. No mas.
Supreme Emperor Kizza, you going to be anywhere else other than here coming up?
Well, coming up, potentially, but obviously I was with Jeremy, our lovely friends Jeremy Delaney at the Weekly Narrative. Please do check that out, the latest episode. And I will forewarn you, I do apologize for wind noise. I was outside in Mother Nature.
Yeah. I don't listen to those people complaining about that. You explained that plenty enough last night. Hey guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for putting up with us, regardless of how the conversation, the memes went. Thank you all for donations in the past, present, and future. Hey, you can catch me over on All Minus One. If you weren't aware, I have a second channel. Most of you know that already. But until you come back to that, until then, like, hey, the ends justify the memes, right? Come back to this channel. This is the fun channel. Help it grow. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we try to do this show. So, with that said, thank you all for watching. The ends justify the memes, folks. Remember, they always justify those memes. Tank, play that outro.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in.